share desktop. Share screen. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. Cum dau bara asta? Așa. Okay, so we are here at the wrap-up meeting. It's been, as I said in the beginning, it's been a long journey, as you can see. Our three main objectives of this project were the development of two scenarios, one for Galați and one for the Hamar region. In those scenarios, we showcase the effects of flooding and the devastating effects of flooding. Another of our project objectives were community engagement and educational events, like this one. We had some workshops, we had some traveling done in this project, and of course, to strengthen bilateral relations. So to increase cooperation between Norwegian and Romanian, and of course Icelandic, because we did synergize with some project where Icelandic people were involved, and other clusters from Romania and Norway also. So these were the main objectives of our project. ReGreen VR had to do with environmental education. So mainly it's raising awareness of environmental problems. Most importantly, flooding, of course, to promote green transition and to engage the community around those topics and have discussions around those topics. We even did a website. It's called regreenvr.com, in which we have sort of a timeline of this project. So we started in just like today with a webinar, kicking off the event somewhere in October, if I believe correctly, last year, where Keith did a presentation, we did some presentations, we expressed our hopes, objectives, beliefs for this project. After that, we went to Ploiești and we had a workshop done over there, in which Christina and some other VRINN members came, and we had a wonderful event. And we also synergized with another project over there in Ploiești, where we had some discussions around VR, around green transition, and mainly around international collaboration, because there were a bunch of people from other countries also, like Bulgaria, like Czechia, I believe, Serbia, yeah. After that, we had a tangible workshop where my colleagues had some live tutorials of how they worked on this project, how they did 3D modeling, how they used the VRINN core to develop the scenarios and such. So it was a fun event. Mainly we had the people from the local university attending, students who are eager to get into VR and 3D modeling, and they are thirsty for this type of knowledge. And then we went to the Nordic VR Forum, which is, from what I saw, a big event, a big thing over there in Hamar, in which Keith was the heart of the event. He showed us around, and I thank him for that. It was a pretty eye-opening experience. We had to witness the VR scene over there in the Nordic countries, and we saw what they are working on, what they've been working on, and their results. And also they had some people over from Meta, from what do you use? The program you guys like to use?
Unity.
Unity, thank you. Yeah, from
and also Microsoft.
Microsoft, yeah. All of which were pretty interesting presentations and pretty interesting study cases and pretty exciting stuff looking forward down the line. Yeah. After that, we went to another event in Oslo, where we did again a workshop. We focused mainly on international collaboration and getting into new areas of VR, because that's the interesting part. So we can see we've tried to look into where VR can best be used in other domains, like maybe health, maybe insurance, maybe I don't know, all sorts of interesting applications of VR in different domains. And also here was present the head of Bulgaria and Romania Innovation Norway office, which told us a bit about future fundings opportunities. So we are looking forward to that also. After that, we had a big conference here in Galați, a memorable experience in which people came, and we had actually a melting pot of different presentations from various subjects. We even had, I believe, some girls doing karate in VR. And we also got to see a trip on ReGreen, which is a research vessel here. And that was pretty interesting also. And pretty much here we are on ReGreen, where we also had some presentations done, and we got to navigate on the Danube close to Moldova and Ukraine, which was pretty interesting for everybody. And we did develop the scenarios. You can find you can find some videos on the website of the actual walkthrough through the scenarios if you guys are interested in seeing that. Also, there are some 3D models uploaded by my colleagues on this website, and some testimonials from the conference. But without I think I talked too much, so I think I'll just let my colleagues. Konstantin, would you like to show us what you've been working on and your thought train? I'll just mute my microphone and stop sharing.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Stai drumul la audio, că eu n-am audio pe net. Okay. Okay. So I am the person that worked on some of the 3D models and the character creation concepts. I'm going to share my screen in a moment.
Congratulations, here.
Thank you.
Okay, bro.
Okay. I think this okay. So a moment. Okay. Basically, I'm going to start with some of the basics. Last time I had the presentation, I did a bit of a tutorial on how I made the models and stuff. But right now, I'm going to focus on the overview on the project and the characters themselves. So a little short story about why we use what we use. We use Blender because we had a couple of prior experiences with it. And basically because it's open source, we have a lot of add-ons we can use and basically help us in the creation process. And they're going to introduce AI in a couple of different updates, and that's going to be even easier for people to make stuff in Blender and start creating for games and VR. The entire workflow is crowded. I split up into 4 stages, which is create the 2D asset concept, then start sculpting, create the 3D model, rig animation and texturing, and then export the final product for the game engine, specifically for Unity right now, because our friends at VRINN use Unity as a gateway into their program. This little guy is a forest sprite. I've made the sprite in mind with Norwegian culture, which is one of the aspects I focused on in this project, because it was specifically for in partnership with Norway. Okay, so in this concept, I focused on simple form and not overcomplicating things. And in the left, you can see it's a little bit of a questionnaire on how my thought process went when I was designing this little guy. Next up, I'm going to show you a bit for the 3D model. So I started up with the 2D sketch. I put it up in Blender and basically put a sphere around and start sculpting. At first, it started just as a blob, but sometime around 1 or 2 hours, it looked like this. A little bit cute-ish. Okay. Next up, after we've created the high poly model, which you can see by the black aura around it, it's very dense in vertices. And that is not suited for games. So we focused on, because of the specificalities of VR, you are not able to import high definition models like this. Because it would be a very big performance impact. So what we did is a process called retopologizing. When you make it as simple as possible, and if needed, in this case, it wasn't really needed for this specific character, you can create a differential between the high poly model and the low poly model and create a normal map to basically keep all the features. But in this case, it was such a simple character that we didn't need to do that. And after we made the low poly model, we started animating. We put up bones and the deformation specifics for the mesh. What I'm talking about is basically weight painting, which means that each bone has a heat map mapped to the mesh itself. So I think if we go to a specific thing, okay, so this part of the hair, this hair bone has a heat map around the mesh so it can deform properly. All right, back into object map. And after we did the weight mapping, weight painting, we animated the model. Animation. Oh, this little guy just has a dancing animation, and it's continuously looping around. So that's just simple, very simple animation. This was pretty much it for this little guy. We also did some testing with shading and how it would react in ThinkWorld. And after we made some testing, we needed to create another shader specifically in Unity so they can import it all right into the VR scene. Basically, this is it. This is a shader. This is shader nodes, which basically makes the process of creating shaders much easier. Okay, this was it for the first project. We also worked on another character, which is even more inspired by Norwegian culture, and that's the Hudra. We made some mood boards. We took a couple inspiration from some amazing artists from ArtStation, and a bit of Norwegian culture on the left, which is the general lore and the Norwegian folklore. So we compressed all that into one basic character, and we also thought about how we can integrate this into a more kid-friendly idea, because as you can see, it's quite tricky. This is basically what we come up with. I'm going to showcase that in a second. This is the final character we come up with. At first, it started with a base mesh. Then we did a lot of modeling, a lot of resizing, proportion resizing. Once. Okay. Basically, we did a hair with hair parts, which is a more appropriate way of creating hair for games. Then we did, again, the armature, which is placing bones in specific locations, so we can at the end animate it properly. And for this specific process, we used an integrated add-on in the Blender that is called AutoRig. And it basically streamlines all this entire process of weight painting, bones, and it's a lot of fun. So at the end, we can properly animate hands, legs, and even the face. Okay. I have the idle animation on. Just a bridging, simple bridging animation. Animation. Simple again. Agree, disagree, and we could have done much more, but this is what we came up with. Okay. After that, we did a bit of texturing, which is a tedious process in itself, and it requires a special artist to do that. But I think it went pretty all right. 1 second. Set up the lights. So, this is what we came up with. And the final render is like this. And if you check out the scenario on YouTube, you can see how it looks in the VR scene. And that's pretty much my work at the ReGreen project. I've set up here a Q&A page, but not sure if we have something else on the schedule. You can read this at the end.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if anybody has questions right now, you can shoot. Yeah.
1, 2, 3 questions.
Okay, then. Thank you so much, Konstantin, for your presentation. You did awesome work. You actually gave life to this project. So, are you still there?
Vlad, hello? Hello, Vlad?
Keith?
Yes.
Okay, Ellen, if
Hi, sorry.
you have
Sorry,
something to say,
I didn't.
Doro
I
was
didn't
telling
hear
you.
that you said my name, Vlad. Yes, I'm still here. Here.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a problem with the sound. Yeah,
Okay.
we couldn't hear you, but now we can. So yeah, just go for it.
I'm sorry. What was the? I didn't hear the question. You said, is it my turn now?
It is your turn. Give us some insights, some thoughts, some whatever you want to share with the crowd.
Okay. Thank you so much, Vlad. Yeah, no, I think this project was really great. I know that we had limited time, as when we applied for the ReGreen project, what Innovation Norway said was that unfortunately the funds were frozen, and we all thought that, well, the project is not going to happen. And then suddenly we get a message saying, hold on, well, the funds are not frozen anymore, but you'll have much less time to do what you wanted to do. So that was, in itself, it was like, all right, should we do it or shouldn't we do it? But I must say, I am very happy that we decided to go for it. That we said, you know what, let's just go for it. And just seeing the result from what the team from Romania has been doing, quality wise, 3D modeling, adding it into the platform that's being used. And just a couple words about the platform. So on our side, we're using a platform from a company called VRINN Reality. VRINN Reality, they deliver VR experiences specifically to military. They've been helping in Ukraine. They are delivering VR experiences to NATO. And this is the software they are using. And what VRINN does is that it's a platform where it has multiplayer capabilities and also the ability to work on different VR headsets. So, for example, now Vlad and the ReGreen team, they have two VR MetaQuest 2. You can put on the MetaQuest 2 of them and experience the same experience together. And you can also go on a computer and see the same thing. So we've saved time using that platform, just, not having to deal with developing a multiplayer system as it's already done, and also as a scenario builder in it. But I think here is the combination of using, the Norwegian platform, but also the skills of the team from Romania together into creating something that's quite unique and quite amazing, in my opinion. And this was done in a very short time. Like, wasn't it only just 10 days left at the end? Because there was not much time left. Yeah, and it looks really great. I must say, I'm very happy about that. And the feedback we've been getting from the people, the companies that have been going to Romania, they're so impressed with what you guys are doing. And they're saying, oh, there are a lot of collaboration possibilities. We should reach out to this and that. So I would say the ReGreen project was a big success, and very, very grateful that we did meet up and we decided to go for it.
Thank you so much, Keith, for your thoughts. So we're fast forwarding through this presentation. So I think
Vlad?
Yeah.
Vlad?
Yes.
Yes, I would like to say that this was very fruitful, and I'm very happy to have participated here. And I think the excellence of how you have done it in a fast time, as well as the delegates from different fields and the boat trip, it has really touched us.
Thank you so much, Ellen. Ellen was here for the final conference, and hopefully she had a great time. I know I did. So thank you so much for your thoughts and for your visit. And hopefully we'll see each other again soon. So as I said before, we are at the final moments of this webinar. So if you guys have any thoughts, any questions, any remarks, now would be a great time to do so. Curiosities, maybe. Okay, if if there are no questions, then
I can just say a short remark here,
please.
Vlad, about what's going to happen with the ReGreen project. So the VR experience, I mean, we both have it. We're going to exhibit it in Hamad for a time period. We're also going to be joining a sustainable environmental event where we're going to have a booth where this will be showcased, and this will also be a fixed a VR headset that will always be at the office. And we have visitors from the politicians and schools and whatnot that come over to our office. So this is something we're gonna showcase to them.
Awesome! I didn't know that. Thank you so much. I mean, we're still working on the website show to try to showcase best the results. But it's awesome to know that somewhere over there, someone can actually experience the whole thing. And also here at our office at OpenHub, we have available those 2 headsets. So whoever wants to come by and try the experience, they are more than welcome to do so. I think Simona asked about next steps. Thank you for that question. The next steps in my mind are to develop further experiences in VR, apply to further funding, of course, apply again to Innovation Norway when those funds will be available again, and move on with this project to try and showcase best as we can at the events, international and national events, and gather some clout, some popularity around those subjects. Yeah, that should be the next step we have in mind right now. Yeah. Great job, you guys. Thank you, Geraldine. You did a great job at the conference also. Thank you so much for your involvement and helping us, yeah, with this project. Great. If there are no other questions or remarks, or if nobody else wants to take the floor, I thank you guys so much for your time, for your effort, and hopefully we'll see each other again soon at one of OpenHub's events, because we plan on doing a bunch of those more often. Yeah. If you
Vlad, the last comment. I would love for us to have a workshop of 48 hours working together in a project where both Norwegian participant delegates and Romanian and Moldovians or Sudan will have the possibility that we could work creatively together, and also on this ReGreen topic. That would be very, very much needed, and also to then see how can we work together, hand on hand, in the same project, not only talking, but actually creating something together as the different fascinating, excellent minds we are. So I would love to meet again and to do that, and very fast. And thank you, Konstantin, for your presentation. It was very valuable.
Thank you so much, Ellen. We'll definitely do that. On that topic, we do have a close collaboration with the local university, with Lower Danube University, and some of the professors there who participated in the conference, they also expressed the same wish, the same desire to do something similar with what you, Ellen, expressed. Yeah. So now there are 3 parties that have expressed this desire to work closer together on such projects. So thank you for that. Yes.
Thank you.
Great. Again, thank you so much. See each other at our next events. Check out openhub.ro/en for English, for future events. We post them or on the social media, of course. We have we are active on there. So yeah, definitely check us out, and see you next time. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.